Hello, my name is Ben. I will be going over our paper, The Chinese Diaspora and the Attempted WeChat Ban. Platform Precarity, Anticipate Impacts, and Infrastructure Migration. Like many Chinese diaspora in Michigan, Zhe uses WeChat on an everyday basis to connect with his friends and family both in and outside of the United States. He has fewer than 10 contacts on Facebook, but more than 100 on WeChat. WeChat also serves as a type of business hub for him, who pieced together temporary job opportunities to support himself financially through the network he has cultivated on the app. At the time of the interview, Zhe was informally working for a local Chinese restaurant as a delivery person, using WeChat as his hub of operation, such as gather order information among food ordering WeChat groups. These are just some of the ways that WeChat has been integral to his livelihood and well-being, as it facilitates community connection and earning opportunities, areas that are crucial but often challenging for migrants. Infrastructure inequality and the COVID-19 pandemic has steered them to rely increasingly on WeChat for social support. In August 2020, the US President issued an executive order to ban the Chinese-based social platform WeChat, alleging that it posed a national security risk. Zhe's employers were anxious, as a potential ban could have disrupted their business model and lead to decrease in sales. For him, this could have meant the loss of his source of income. Broadly speaking, the Chinese diaspora is a globally dispersed group of people of Chinese origin living outside of the Chinese mainland, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau. WeChat, often described as an all-in-one app, is one of the most widely used social apps among the Chinese diaspora in the United States. This study focuses on members of Chinese diaspora communities in Metro Detroit. We explore the following research questions. How do participants use WeChat to support their day-to-day needs? How did the potential WeChat ban impact participants, and in what ways did the participants use other ICTs in an attempt to reduce negative impacts? To address our research questions, we conducted a study using ethnographically informed qualitative methods with members of the Chinese diaspora in the region. These methods include interviews, participant observation, and online fieldwork. This work makes following contributions. First, we provide empirical evidence regarding the potential WeChat ban. We also contribute to recent discussion around platform infrastructuralization through a transnational perspective. We find that non-Western social media like WeChat, which is often seen as a platform, can also function as critical infrastructure in the US, depending on how indispensable it is in people's everyday lives. Additionally, we extend prior research on platform migration by proposing the concept of infrastructural migration and discuss its broader implications. Lastly, we provide insight on design implications for infrastructure migration and the considerations for future HCI research on diasporic populations. In results, we found that WeChat serves as a critical tool in many participants' everyday lives. We unpacked the impact of the potential WeChat ban in 3 areas: network effects, affecting connections and social support; economic effects, impacting business; communal impact, disruption of community building efforts, which have been especially salient during the COVID-19 pandemic. Regarding the network effects, for instance, Sa considered herself someone who had failed to organically integrate into the US society. She told us WeChat transformed her social life. When she heard about the potential WeChat ban, she realized the extent to which WeChat was critical in her life, saying, "I feel things would be extremely inconvenient, especially regarding connecting with my friends in the Chinese mainland." The WeChat ban could have also impacted the community building. For instance, Chen Yi was the group leader of a local WeChat gardening group with nearly 400 members. The WeChat gardening group became an online space allowing members to cultivate a sense of community and belonging. She said, people go there. It's like going home. We make friends and we visit each other. To further understand the reliance of participants from the Chinese mainland on WeChat as infrastructure, we offer a contrasting case, participants from Taiwan's engagement with WeChat and their different ICT use pattern in the US. Their experiences demonstrate how the potential ban disproportionately impact people from the Chinese mainland. All of the participants from Taiwan either used or are still using WeChat in the US. However, they also explained that applications like Line and Facebook are more central in their everyday lives. As a result, for participants like Shuling and Hachi, the perceived effects of the potential WeChat ban were peripheral. Regarding the response to the potential ban, we identified the main strategies, which include platform migration, repurposing ICTs, using virtual private networks to bypass the ban, and critically evaluate the ban. Drawing from the experience of participants in our study, we proposed and conceptualized the concept of infrastructure migration. Our findings illuminate the concept has broader implications. The ripple effects of a breakdown of platform-turned infrastructure could be profound. They could impact by political factors as well as technical ones, such as the recent WhatsApp outage, which negatively impacted millions of people globally. Importantly, the breakdown of such platform-turned infrastructures could disproportionately impact marginalized communities and amplify social disparities. Infrastructure migration as a concept also has the capacity to reveal structural inequalities by identifying the roles that social media applications, when they become infrastructure, can play in compensating for or filling the gaps of inadequate existing public infrastructures, especially for low-resource communities. By contributing this concept, we provide a new lens for CSCW and HCI scholars and designers to study and begin to address the precarity surrounding platform-turned infrastructures. Moving forward, we discuss design implications for their breakdown, in which include identify users' level of involvement and the design around structural redundancy. We also identify collaborative opportunities between researchers and the public sectors, such as the government, to build more equitable public infrastructures, as well as caution that technical solutions around infrastructure migration may only partially or temporarily support users' needs during breakdowns. We end our paper by laying out the full implications for HCI diasporic research in CSCW and HCI, which include acknowledging cultural pluralism, consider future understanding on how non-Western technology functions in the West, and making both migrants' host country and homeland's social environment and geopolitical processes an active part of research. Taken together, this study empirically analyzed the potential WeChat ban and contribute to recent discussion around platform infrastructuralization through a transnational perspective. Additionally, we propose the concept of infrastructure migration and discuss its broader implications. Lastly, we provide insight on design implications for infrastructure migration and consideration for future HCI research